consideration when we're talking about this. So,
And as a commercial property, I'd rather see something commercial go there than houses. Honestly, we need business in this township more than houses.
right, so.
That's my view on it.
Yeah. So,
So we need to look at the comprehension plan. And see what we're going to do. The zoning.
Do you know what your density would be if you didn't get the waivers you're requesting? Would that change your density?
Well, one of the waivers is how many units we have in a cul-de-sac. We're allowed to have 10 units in a
So
cul-de-sac.
that clearly would change the.
That would change.
Clearly.
That would change.
I think your width of your street is, you have to go waiver for that too, that might.
No, we acknowledge, we'll move that to 28 feet. That's what the engineer had suggested. A lot of the comments
It's
are,
really the length of the cul-de-sac will impact.
that's the most significant. There's some geometric questions on lot lines and with the unit type that we're proposing, we can work that out. But again, it really comes back to the zoning first and see what the board, how the board feels about that.
Is it something? Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. So we did update the comprehensive plan to reflect this area as residential rather than commercial. But as part of that process, we also, on the other side of Big Road, extended commercial further along there and kind of offset, the thinking of this area being residential.
Right.
But just because we identified as residential doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be the density that you're proposing. So I think that's something that would be helpful to get feedback on as well, because I know there was concern about the 2 to 3 unit buildings that they were proposing in this scenario.
Okay, did you hear Tracy? Okay. Did you hear Tracy at all? Okay,
Somewhat.
okay.
The other, I think, if
Sorry, I'll try to be better.
It's okay.
There was also,
Wait a second.
discussion point at the planning commission about whether or not this needed to be a cul-de-sac or whether it could connect into the existing Ivy Ridge development. Because they are asking for a waiver to allow 29 units on the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, there's a road next to the water plant, I guess. Is it
There
gravel
is,
road?
and what we
Yeah.
discussed as part of the cul-de-sac, and one thing that we identified, typically the requirements for the number of units on a cul-de-sac is safety concerns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we propose an emergency access tying into the existing water service road that goes back to the parcel, at least as we acknowledge this is a concern, we're trying to accommodate and make sure this is a site that's very safe as far as emergency vehicle access to and from.
okay. Also, just a side note, I'd like to clarify that, on the call here is, Tracy Lee Taggett. She's on the call because she is our incoming township manager.
Okay.
So, she has a good background in some of this, so, anyway.
It's Tracy Packett.
Yes, yeah, she is, will become township manager officially October 1st, but she'll be here soon.
She's been the township planning advisor for a number of years.
Yeah, and we did get her review and
Mhm.
talked to her.
I sent you both copies of the review letters too.
Okay.
Remember. This is something you need to think about, discuss further, and get back to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Anything else? Anything else?
No, just, I guess the only thing I was asking for, and not as a formal determination, is just a general feel. There's a lot of things that have to happen through subdivision land development if this were to move forward. So we appreciate, certainly our numbers on there, the client have their information. If there's any questions or comments you have through this is where I think we're gonna pause and make sure that we're on the same page with the township before we take the next step. The next step's a very big step as far as design, so.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you.
very much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. Okay. Next item. Amend March 11, 2021 minutes.
I can speak to that. I'll take responsibility. There was a resignation given by a former supervisor at that meeting, and I neglected to include that in the minutes. So next week at the official meeting, I would like you to amend, I'd like a motion to amend the minutes to include the resignation of Troy Armstrong, okay?
Okay.
It's my understanding it was on tape.
It was on the tape. It was my error. Okay?
All right. Item 3, approve fire police.
I don't know if you want to do this now or wait till next week, but there are 2 events that were not included in our yearly approval of fire police. One is Limerick is hosting the annual Firemen's Association State of Pennsylvania Convention and Parade. It's a 4-day event culminating on September 25th. And they've asked for help from our Upper Frederick Fire Police. And then Upper Salford Township is asking for help on several events. The Philadelphia Folk Festival, August 21st and 22nd, which has relocated to Spring Mountain Ski Area. Old Goshen Hop and Oyster Picnic, September 11th. And WMGK Big Band Bonfire, October 16th at Spring Mountain Ski Area.
Didn't we make a motion in the beginning of the year to cover all firehouse?
No, it didn't say. I broke down each
You
event.
broke down,
And-
I thought we
The bonfire, no,
covered that.
no. I just said all township
Oh,
events,
all township, that's right.
in case whatever we have, but
That's right.
usually,
This is out of township.
this is the same event usually each year, but this Limerick thing is something different, and we never, Upper Frederick, as far as I know, didn't cover the Folk Fest, is that right?
We were invited.
Yeah, we did help them out for parking the RVs and stuff.
Okay, well, and then the MGK bonfire, I don't think we covered that. So Upper Salford,
We usually
there's,
have
We usually have a standby, a truck down there, don't we? The MGK.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we did one year.
Yeah.
We did one year.
well, if you want to approve all this, these 3, and I'll be sure that they're on the yearly events, so you don't have to
Okay.
approve them.
Yeah, because if they don't happen, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Right. Okay. And we'll do that at the next meeting?
If you want to do it officially next week, that's fine with me, I don't care.
Yeah, nothing's next week, is it? No, September 20.
Nope.
No.
We can do it next week.
Okay. Approve purchase of water meter registers.
Okay, again, this is something I'll need a motion for next week. That goes along with the budget amendment. When we concluded the installation of the new water meters, it was discovered that some of the old meters were not compatible with our new system. They were so old, they're obsolete. It's called something Pro, I don't know. But anyway, they can't transmit data. So we had to get what they're called registers. We ordered 40. Actually, we probably need about 30 or 32, but we should have a few extra. I did send an email out and ask, because it was kind of an emergency, if we could go ahead and order these. So I'll need the formal motion along with the approval of the budget amendment to take the money put it into capital purchases from general fund, okay?
Okay. Certification vacancies.
Okay, I sent you a copy. I understand there was a question about a letter that was sent to either Township or the Board of Supervisors concerning vacancies for the general election. And I wanted to make it clear that it's an email that's sent to the manager, and it comes from the Montgomery County Voter Services. The email comes every January and every June. January to report the vacancies that need to be on the primary ballot. The email came Thursday, June 24th, and it's called Certification of Vacancies. That's what it's called. And that wanted to know if there were any vacancies that needed to go on that occurred since February 16th, 2021, or that might occur up until September 13th. So I completed this form and said that there's a supervisor position that needs to go on the ballot for the general election. However, I did not send it back until the day I came back from vacation, because it does clearly say here, please return your response by July 30th. So,
And your response was on,
July 12th.
so, okay,
I just didn't do it before I went on vacation because I didn't
okay,
prioritize it. But it was sent over to the administrator for Montgomery County Voter Services, Matt McCura,
okay.
and he responded, he received it, so it's on there, okay?
So that's one vacancy or two?
There's only one vacancy that occurred since
Okay.
February 16th, and that's a supervisor position, okay?
Okay. Municipal authority?
Well,
Ron raised a question about maybe creating municipal authority informally at the last meeting. I seem to recall that we had done that, and I went back and researched it, and we do have a municipal authority. It's not active, but it is still active as far as the state is concerned. So we have it as an available tool if you want to use it.
We just need a 5-person board.
Yeah, you need a
Yeah,
five-person board.
right.
Or change it to a three-person.
I was gonna say,
I was gonna
that
do
was my
that.
next question.
Yeah, we could do that.
Change the
Because we're
word
still
paper.
small enough to have a three-person.
We just filed an amendment to create three-person rather than five.
Okay.
Rick Buckman was one at one time. In fact, I think he was great.
Oh, wow.
well, he'll
So-
be thrilled to hear that.
One more thing to do for upper Frederick.
And it's something we can discuss and decide if we,
Yeah.
if we're gonna do it, I'd like to get it up and running before the first of the year.
Yeah,
If we're gonna do it.
So just let me know how you want to approach it, maybe we can take care of that, so.
I mean, considering it's, trying to get volunteers for things, it probably makes sense to
But
drop
the board
the
members,
three.
I'm not pushing
Yeah.
more often the board members, but board members can serve on authority. It's one of the few things that you can
You
be
can
a
do both.
supervisor and an authority member. I wouldn't recommend all three of you be one member.
No,
It's not uncommon to have one board member on the authority also.
Okay. All right, thank you. Security system upgrade.
Okay, I thought I'd have some more information on that, but I don't right now. But during our renovation in the office, it was discovered that, so there are 4 panic buttons in there. And it was discovered, again, that they're so old, that they're obsolete, and we'd have to tear down a couple walls to install them. So I said, okay, hold on, let's not tear walls down, especially since we just put walls up. So then the repairman for Protection Bureau looked at our whole system, and it's over 20 years old, and he recommended that we look into an upgrade. I know that he was trying to sell something, but the good part of that is we can get those panic buttons that are remote. They don't have to be wired into anything. So I was hoping I would have a quote or some more information. I don't have that right now. So
Okay.
we do, the panic buttons are still active. They're sitting on the desks. They're not wired into the walls just yet, in case there is a problem. We have a panic. There are 4 in the office, so,
Okay.
Or hit one by mistake.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I had to ask.
yeah, we did.
whoops.
The state police came, but,
Okay. All right, well, Jackie, we need to have an update, hopefully by the next meeting. we'll talk
yeah,
about it.
hopefully I'll have something, at least a quote or something.
Okay, all right. PSAT Stormwater Conference.
Okay, so there's a stormwater conference being held in September,
September 29th.
yeah, locally. And
Bluebell.
Bluebell. Okay, so I had sent an email out, and I did recommend that, I had kind of recommended that Steve Heller and Tracy go, because there's a separate conference about policy, and then there's a conference about, I guess, the technical end of it, and Ron decided to go. So they're all registered to go to that conference, and I think it's a good thing because stormwater is a problem and
Mhm.
it's not gonna ever go away, so.
Okay.
Especially in California.
Scioto Village.
Okay, so again, I had expected some information on this. So the reason it's on here is that the review of the plan has been extended like on a yearly basis because of the prior owner of the property and his family owned that land. And the township did him a favor by extending the review for like a year at a time. Anyway, the time extension will end on August 14th. The person that has this property under agreement said he was going to pass that information on, but I don't think he did. So I have to contact the owners or the, I guess they're still the current owners. However, I'm going to need a motion to deny the plan unless I get a signed waiver by the 14th of August, okay?
Okay.
The motion would be to deny the plan based on the last engineering review. letter we
Engineering
received
review
from
letter, okay.
LCL. Now, the consequence of that is the zoning is the same now as it was when this plan was initially filed. But there are other aspects have changed. There may be steep slopes that have been put in place. The wetlands, there's some corridors for the
Repairing
repairing
offer,
corridors
yeah.
have been put on, which would impact the development now, but they didn't impact it at that particular time. And that plan has a vested right that they wouldn't apply to the plan now, unless it has to come back in and file. So we've been accommodating him on an annual basis, sending out we went out of the way to track him down last time to get it signed. And I think we finally reached the owner through his sister in Florida.
Okay.
Got him to come in and sign the waiver, so we've made an effort to keep it alive, but you don't have any obligation to do that.
And the planning commission did recommend that we do not approve a waiver for a year. They feel that we should go back to the 90-day review period, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to make a motion to deny the plan, subject to receipt of the waiver, and we probably won't get that by the 14th.
Okay. Do we do it?
Yes.
You have to do it now.
You can do it now, yeah.
All right, I make a motion to deny this plan for Scioto Village. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
And that's based on the engineer's comments.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Municipal contribution for farmland preservation.
Okay, so as you know, and we go through this every time there's farmland that's preserved. We did receive an email from Montgomery County Planning Commission requesting a municipal contribution for the preservation of the farm belonging to the Kent property, 19.29 acres. The municipal share would be $28,935, but as you know, it is our practice to not contribute. We've never done it for any other preserved farm.
As much as I'd love to do it, we didn't do it for the others. Why
So-
start it now? We can't, it's not fair.
And you don't have a tax to generate revenues for that, so it's
Yeah,
really,
right,
it's not budgeted.
no.
No.
So if you want to make a motion to, deny this contribution, and I will send a letter to Montgomery County Planning Commission.
Did he explain to them why? Because we
Yeah.
haven't done it.
I do, each
I mean, if we
letter,
did it first off, with the first property.
we've never done it,
We've never done it, and it just
but each
it
letter,
would create bad blood with the ones that.
right, and
we
each
can
letter I
contribute
send
to.
says the same thing. It's not our
Yeah.
practice to
Yeah.
contribute to the preservation, and you know what? They get it.
Yeah, they're obligated to make it so.
They're obligated, right, exactly. So,
Okay.
you want to make a motion for that?
I mean, yeah, it's jagged, it's just like we said, we don't have the funds, it's not fair, we can't do it, so. Okay. Any comments?
I make a motion.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I'd like to just bring up something that
I'm
I've
talking about-
unofficially for 7 years, excuse me?
Comments about this particular item?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, okay. Do you want to make the motion?
I make a motion denying contributions to farmland preservation.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Now, Bill had something to say.
Well,
Yeah, I'd like to discuss an issue that we've had, or I've had, from some of the other residents on the street for the past, about 19 years. And since my kids have been going to school, I brought it up to supervisors, roadmaster, about the lack of a bus stop at the top of Woodland and Becker. So now we've got 5 kids using the bus stop. We got 4 more growing up that are gonna be using the bus stop that's not there. The kids have to either, there's no sidewalk and no shoulder. So the kids have to stand in the road waiting for their bus. They can't stand off on the side because it's poison ivy and it's just, it's overgrowth. They did come out and spray, which killed a lot of this stuff, but there's still no place that, if it's inclement weather or anything, no place for them to stand without standing in mud and stuff.
yeah.
So when they were paving Becker, I spoke to the roadmaster, and I said, could you just dump a little 4x4 patch there for the kids to stand on and use as a school bus stop? Because the school bus won't come down into a cul-de-sac.
That was my second question.
They won't come down into a cul-de-sac, even though you know you can
Well,
turn a truck
why
around down
not?
there.
Why not?
They said they can't turn around down there. But they do a K-turn. They pass it, they back into it, and they leave out the other way, which you're not supposed to be doing. But, so the school says, no, we're not changing the route. We're not picking you up at the doors, at your driveways. It's cul-de-sac, we pick you up at the corner. All I'm asking for is a safe place for the kids to stand.
Is there anything we can do about that, Dave, to make the bus go down that road?
No, it's the school district.
School district?
I think it's a question of turning around during inclement weather and snowy, under ideal conditions, they can be able to back around if it's snowy conditions. That's not your prerogative. That's strictly school district.
It's school district. So, okay, so what Bill's requesting as far as trying to have a spot for these kids, we can't have the roadmaster do anything about
I don't
it?
see any problem.
I mean, where do you want, is it on our right of way or where, I mean, it's not, you don't want it on somebody's property, right?
No, I don't know who has the property there. I think it's, the guy actually owns across the street. There's a oak tree there that is actually
No,
in the township, that is a protected oak tree.
it's Glenna's old property.
But
Remember
it's
Glenna Law?
just that little area there would be a place for the kids, to stand without having to stand in poison ivy and mud and everything else.
And this is, and when did you first ask about this? I'm just
I've
curious.
been asking for years.
Okay.
I
Let's
don't
have
know.
Steve-
Nothing, I've never asked anybody officially. Steve, I talked to him, and he's done stuff, he'll come and mow it down and try and clear it out as best he can and stuff like that. But he told me when I talked to him about spraying at the last supervisors meeting, he said, yeah, I was gonna put it in. They told me I wasn't allowed to. I don't know who they was.
Well, it's not this board.
Well, I ain't saying
Yeah, I know.
anybody,
But
or point
we'll-
fingers at anybody, it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, why can't we just get if somebody will put a pad in there, I'll go out and buy a bench, make it look nice.
Like blacktop?
Well,
Yeah, that'd be
might not
fine.
Property.
Yeah.
Okay.